Everybody, another video on Julian because there's just so many details breaking. It was a while ago. Julian was not being held in the Ecuadorian embassy for charges that were filed. They were never filed. They were filed in other countries against him, and then USA wanted to, but he wasn't from the United States. And people don't understand that as a journalist, which they finally labeled him as, he had the right to the material. When Obama was president, and then they were going to plan to put in Hillary, they were illegally going to try to charge him for things because the documents came from the USA and went to him wherever he was. Doesn't work that way. And so the whole fake criminal cabal invented fake charges against him in I think his home country. I'm not even sure. And then they invented other charges trying to just hold him. So to safeguard him, they held him in this embassy and kept him alive, and he was safe from extradition anywhere. But he was fighting every single day all these years to get the idiots to drop these fake charges. And they don't like to. They like to keep them going and still try to hold you to prison in these stupid deep state cabal places, and they don't like to surrender. But they finally have had to once Pedogate broke. And so one of the reasons that people want to kill Julian is because he knows they're pedophiles, and he's probably had links and documents into the millions about all these people that oppose him and don't want him out and free. But the deal's been made and it's been done. And one other footnote, Tracy Beans, who is just the sweetest voice, the sweetest person, I just think she's great. She just pulled up a lawsuit which was filed against President Trump and a couple of others and mentioned WikiLeaks, but WikiLeaks was not a defendant. It was a bogus lawsuit that the left filed against President Trump at the beginning of his presidency. And of course, they don't know how to dismiss and get rid of that frivolous lawsuit. And in the beginning of President Trump's term, there weren't lawful judges that would just dismiss it based on the fact that it was a frivolous claim. But the interesting thing is in the new motion to get it dismissed and disregarded and dropped and whatever, they mention WikiLeaks. Now, the reason that they put that and snuck that in is that Julian is allowed under the freedom of information and the freedom of speech and his right as a journalist to have given these documents to people or people given them to them. Therefore, there can be no lawsuit. And when this gets dismissed, and it will, that is just another thing that is going to help Julian, be okay after everything they did. And so you can see that link. It's on my blog under Tracy Beans, and looky here. Thank you. Julian is free. There's going to be an interview on the 4th, which is tomorrow, and I believe his wife or somebody in his family is going to be on there speaking. This is nothing short of a miracle, and if anybody needs any more proof that something's changing in the planet, it's that Julian is finally free. They have held him unlawfully without charges for almost a decade, stolen his life and his family, and tried to kill him for truth. So what they did right before Christmas was they announced that they were calling him a journalist, and calling him that was the ticket to his freedom. Therefore, anything he was sent and obtained was allowed to be published because it was his right as a journalist to publish it. They have hidden him for his safety because, of course, we know the left had tried to kill him for his truth and finding the secrets out about his criminal, the crimes that he knew about that they were up to. And so this is so major, everybody. If you need one little thing that you like to believe in to let someone free that they were going to try to kill, is it. I see everything else, but people keep saying, I need proof, I need proof. You know, I can't help the non-awake people that are just not getting it. And there's not going to be a big heroes party for all of this stuff. It's the fact that he's going to breathe and have his freedom and help continue to restore the country by continuing to print the truth about the criminals that are going behind bars. Thank you. Okay, so everybody, whatdoesitmean.com, which is one of my favorite websites, and they're a blog, which just means a website with data and pictures and whatever. They put out an amazing article about the high level arrests that are going to be happening, that are already happening, that have happened. And the thing about a lot of people is they still have in their heads that fake news and mainstream media is going to cover this. They are not. It is a miracle and a blessing that we have the most amazing people for truth that have been at this for 2 years. And you have to learn to believe what you're seeing and stop paying attention to what they're not saying. And what they are saying are lies. And so many millions more have woken up, but there's still this abundance of people that absolutely are addicted to the lie of fake news, and they won't unhook themselves. I ache for you. What Does It Mean did an amazing job on their link and their blog and their article about this amazing takedown, and everyone needs to go see it. Whatdoesitmean.com if you cannot find my blog, because it's on there. And they talk about how amazing this particular takedown is and that they're preparing everything. And a bunch of it, like I said, is happening in front of our eyes, and we're just not able to see it. So people that are stuck on the I have to see it to believe it, whatever, read, pay attention. Look at all the people that are now reporting the truth. So then the next thing is Julian Assange, who I follow, put out a song tonight. Now, I don't know who Vivo is, Vevo. Is that a group or is it a name of a song? But listen to what happened in the song. He put out a bunch of notes and codes, which I know somebody is going to know how to decipher. That's exactly why he did it like that. And then in the song, I think it's called Paper Money or Paper Airplanes, something like that. And so I watched the singer, who's absolutely adorable, and she's singing about, I think, money. But when you watch the video, you have her singing and then a cash register full of money and then a cash register empty. And then it comes back and it's full. And then they show gold and gold being purchased. So in my breadcrumb opinion, what I think is happening is I think that since President Trump wants our money to be backed by gold and silver instead of the Rothschilds and the Federal Reserve, that transition is happening. I could be wrong. I've only had this for 25 minutes. So anyway, we'll have to wait and see what that means as we go forward, but it was absolutely intended, and it's a crystal clear message to those other breadcrumbers that know how to interpret that code and what the things that we're supposed to see in this song. Those are what leaped out at me. And at the end of the song, a bunch of paper airplanes go flying away. And there's one part of it where it says evil before they fly away. So I think what they're saying is like the evil is leaving. And again, that's just me that saw it. Everybody else can see it and see what they think and give their opinion. And one other footnote is all of us worked tonight. The president tweeted, we tweeted and worked, and I've been doing research all night long. And everybody was in it in unison because we are so committed to our country that it was worth everything to sacrifice whatever we wanted to do personally and be here tonight to help move along the progress and start 2018 with a kaboom. Thank you.